Hey guys, this is a continuation on the video of Adrianna's end. We'll call it her end. But I was on the part where her eyes have been changed and for her punishment from the higher beings. So that doesn't really stop her from doing the things that she does because she's Adrianna. So she doesn't stop. So when like no one's around, she'll take off the bandages that were on her eyes, and she starts to when she sees the world she through these eyes, they're mostly in black and white, which is another type of punishment. For some reason, the higher gods think that you need to stop looking. That's like their way of kind of like saying you need to stop looking into things. You just need to see the world as black and white how it is. Stop looking further for more information. So that's where it happens with that. But of course, she doesn't stop. She's still looking for this island's heart, which is called Eel's heart. And she's still looking around and still making her notes, still doing her thing. She still talks to Kira once his mouth is undone. Her eyes go back to normal, his mouth is back to normal, and they still talk. At first, Kira is a bit hesitant because he doesn't want that to happen again. 1 month is like torture for him. He doesn't want it to happen, but he is infatuated with Adrianna, so all she does is do the little flirty flirty, winky winky, and he starts talking again. So what happens is, of course, his superiors find out again. They keep finding out. They get a second punishment. So for Kira, his punishment is he can't fly because he floats around. Usually, the guardians float like above their heads and just float around and follow them. But his punishment is he gets his mouth taped again and he can't float. So he has to walk. And Adriana, her punishment is her eyes come back, but the eyes are this time she doesn't see in black and white, they're normal, but they're still changed to that weird caddish look again. And she develops these horns. And these horns are like they're pretty much kind of like blackish brown, and they have these red, I don't know if shards, I don't know how to really describe it, but they have like these red, like tinted spots in them. And she, of course, freaks out because she doesn't know how she's gonna hide that. So she pretty much like runs away, kind of, and hides herself from everyone. And of course, she, like Camille and everyone who's left, starts looking for her, but she just hides herself really well because she knows the island better than anyone. So she hides herself for the duration of that month's punishment, and she's pretty much in that time freaking out, saying, "Why is this happening to me?" Like she doesn't understand. She understands that she's being punished because she's doing not doing what she's supposed to be, but she doesn't understand why she keeps doing it, and it's giving her a lot of conflict. And she still, of course, keeps going. And when the punishment is over, which it goes for 2 months at that time, she still keeps doing whatever. And she still convinces Kira to break the rules once again. And when the third time that it happens, Kira pretty much he has to, I don't know, he has to go back to his realm. I don't know what the last punishment for Kira was, but I think he has to go back to his realm for a while, and he can't follow whoever he's following for a while. And she gets these like markings that are like all over her, and they're like these, they look kind of like normal in the day, but they glow red at night. And so she's obviously freaking out and hiding again. But this time, Camille manages to find her, and then they talk. And Adriana realizes that the reason why she's freaking out so much about this, because Camille is saying that all these punishments, she's like, they're not that much. Like, your eyes, they look similar to Eon's eyes, and your horns aren't that very different. She's like, Maybelle has pointy ears. Who cares? And who cares about the glowing and stuff? I'm just worried about your health because it clearly affects you. So she like really wonders to herself, why does she care so much about she, because Camille does have a point, but it stems back because she looks in kind of like her journal thing. It stems back when she's in the orphanage, and when her brother left, she was pretty much kind of an outsider, and she would be that girl in the back of the class who never spoke, and she just always felt out of place, and everybody pretty much knew that she was different. So she always thought, like, since I'm different, she couldn't put her finger on what she was different about. So she wanted to make the thing that was different about her that she'd be really smart. And that's why she'd always be after knowledge, because she always wanted to be smarter than everyone else. So if they ever thought you're different from everyone else, she could always say it's because I'm smart. I'm really smart. So that's why it seems like I'm different from everyone else. And that is also why how she's so accepting, because the more like quote unquote strange people who she accepts and as friends and stuff, it inside, deep inside, it makes her feel more normal. And that's one of the biggest things for her, and that's why she likes Camille so much, because Camille makes her feel normal. But one of the for the third punishment is like strike her out. So what she doesn't know, she gets weaker day by day because these punishments are killing her. So when she goes exploring into like a strange area, and that's when the eel's heart thing that the Tut Tut people told her about, she manages to stumble into that area. And also the only reason she manages to get that area, like into that area, is because of her punishments. Like I don't know what the exact trial she has to go through yet, but the punishments help her to like survive and actually make it to that area. When she gets there, she meets what they call the island's white blood cells, which is the are like what is it called? Like there's a person who is the white blood cell who they protect the body, and she meets this person, and they realize, oh well, not really person, I guess there's some type of entity of some sort, but they realize she's dying, and they say, well, you did make it down here, and you did make it down here alive, so I'm kind of tired of this. I've been waiting for someone to take over for years and years and years, centuries. So you're going to be the next eel's white blood cell. So that's what happens to her. She has to stay with her punishments as she becomes this type of higher being. She's no longer human anymore, and she's now, since she's not human anymore, she's actually allowed to learn about the other types of the world and stuff. Like the higher beings don't care. She can learn about whatever she wants. But I think that's mostly the biggest things. But I think there is going to be a part where, because there is one point where everyone will leave the island for a little while, and during that time she will kind of forget them a little bit because she'll be so surrounded by information. She kind of loses like her past, I guess, her past memory, but it does come back to her later on. So, and she's very different when they see her next time on the island, and she only thing is, well, she can't really leave the island anymore either. So that is pretty much what's gonna happen at the end for Adrianna, and I will tell you, I'll in another video I'll read what the Tut Tut people told her and everything. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope it wasn't too long. Hope my explanation of everything wasn't too bad. Till next time, bye guys.